Welcome to another episode of On the Trail. I'm your host, Austin Stobaugh with Carbon Off-Road. Today we're tackling Rattlesnake Gulch on our way to Toquerville Falls, just outside of Zion National Park. Southern Utah has a lot to offer outside of Sand Hollow at the epicenter. We're just outside of Sand Hollow, and this is probably one of my favorite trails. You know, there's a little bit for everybody, but it gets us out in the water, especially on these hot days. Get off the sand dunes and play around in the water a little bit. Just change the pace up. It's a great place to test some product, test some tires, especially in the water. Get a little slick, and it's just a fun place to come out and get out of the house. I like it. You probably will too. Everyone does. It's popular. I'm joined today by my dad, Ron Stobaugh, and my wife, Courtney Schipper. Dad will be driving a 2012 JKU on 38-inch Nitto trail grapplers. My wife, Courtney, is driving a 2002 Stretch TJ running 40-inch Nitto trail grapplers. And myself, driving a 2009 Jeep JKU on 40-inch Nitto trail grapplers as well. Now we'll get a little more into those later on, but right now we're just trying to motor and get in the water a little bit before the temperatures get too high.
Today when we started this trail, it was mostly bugs. So.
Oh my, I sure hope those aren't mosquitoes.
So I was tasting bugs, I was hearing bugs, smelling bugs. I'm always excited to run this trail. It's always beautiful, scenic. I love anything to do with water. So if there's water, I'm there. When you have, family, friends that are heavily involved in what you love to do, you learn from them. I think it's a lot harder to watch videos, unless you get out and have the experience with someone who is experienced, it's very difficult to pick up on things the right way.
So I started out in the rocks, and then picked up desert racing, and that was just a passion for a long time. There's similarities where you've got to read the terrain and you've got to understand what your vehicle's doing and have some mechanical background so that you can get yourself out of a jam. For the rock crawling, I still like to, at this point in my life, not test myself all the time to the limit. I'd rather get to a destination, whether it's a town, ghost town, or a city, or sometimes we'll go up to Cedar City and go to the pizza parlor. This particular trail, it's just nice because of the water, so it keeps it cool, and then the destination that we're on our way up to now, Toquerville Falls, is pretty cool.
I've learned a lot from my dad. I mean, he taught me what I use every day is the axle and gear side of the business. We had dirt bikes when I was young, so we were kind of always outdoors and in the dirt and stuff. My dad actually quit off-road racing while I was young. I actually asked him if we could go help a friend of ours, Cameron Steele, at one of the Baja 1000s. That was the first race that kind of got us back into it and got him back into desert racing. And so after that, we ended up purchasing a Jeep Cherokee to race in Jeep speed. Started racing desert together. And then over the years, it's just slowly migrated with the business into more four-wheeling and a little less desert racing. I think the Jeeps can make me a few bucks, but the desert racing definitely cost me a few. So it's a little bit of a better trade-off. This trail's got pretty minor hazards. There's a couple spots where, if you don't take the optional offshoots back up onto the dirt, some of those puddles and holes can get pretty deep. So, you just gotta watch what time of year it is. The water level can be, obviously differs. The more traffic and the more well-known this trail is, it gets chewed up a little bit. So some of those offshoots have gotten a little more dug out. But as for like body damage or anywhere to roll over, this trail really doesn't have that. It's a pretty straightforward trail. As long as you can navigate through some boulders and loose rock and pick your way through the water holes, it's a pretty straightforward trail. Yeah, so we've been up here plenty of times where we've passed a group or caught up to a group who's been maybe not paying attention, maybe it's their first time, or maybe they're just having a little too much fun. And we've seen vehicles buried to the door line or higher before. That's what we try and avoid, obviously, but it happens. And it's tough because, like I said, the water level changing, a hole or a spot that you might have gone through 6 months ago or the year before might be totally different. You still have to be mindful of where you're at, pay attention to your surroundings, and make sure that that hole or that rock you're going over is the right choice for your vehicle and the group you're with.
So if you take the analogy of Austin growing up and kind of our interaction between off-roading and life and then eventually business together, I guess there'd be one common theme, which is respect. So it's respect for the land, right? If you're off-roading, whether it's this particular trail, Rattlesnake Gulch, or in general, it's just pack it in, pack it out. Stay on the trail, don't make a new trail. If you can see this is where it goes, stay on that trail and don't just keep widening it, because if everybody takes an extra 3 feet, pretty soon that's 30 feet, pretty soon that's 100 feet. So whether it's desert racing, pre-running, or on the trail, stay on the trail.
We've come out here plenty of times and run into, groups of side-by-side, groups of Jeeps, where you're sitting on the trail for, 30 minutes until either someone gets unstuck or someone moves. So just be prepared. Even though this trail isn't very long, you can get stuck out here for quite some time, so you want to be prepared for that.
Getting to off-road with Courtney and Austin is to me, it's an awesome day, right? So I get to be around them at work, and that's, again, going back to that respect, where we respect our boundaries at work. But outside of work, it's just a joy to hang out with them, whether we're golfing or off-roading. But seeing how far that they both have progressed, it's amazing. It's just amazing. I mean, it's mind-boggling, to be honest with you.
I don't know how you guys got so lucky with there being no one here. Normally this is the hangout.
Pretty cool place right outside of town. Year-round waterfalls, double waterfalls. Pretty cool.
That's it for us on Rattlesnake Gulch. We had a great day playing around the water. I want to thank my wife Courtney and my dad Ron for joining me today. I also want to thank Nitto and Driving Line for making it all happen. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the trail.
Thanks for watching Driving Line. If you guys like this video, consider subscribing to our channel so you'll never miss any of the content we create here. Whether you're into trucks, Jeeps, imports, domestic vehicles, or anything in between, we are here to fuel your passion. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you guys next time.